Hey, I'm Andrew Kellner. I'm a grad student here at WVU.
Hi, I'm Brandon Schnurr. I'm also a grad student at WVU.
So what we have here are rubber positive molds that we use to make our plaster jolly molds for our production center here.
So all be for the jigger jolly machines.
Yep.
The rubber positives have been designed by both faculty and grad students throughout the years.
Over here we have our storage of our library of molds. So for example, I'll pull out, this is one of our platter molds, casserole bottom mold that we'll have. Up here we have a rice bowl mold that we use. So what we're gonna do is now we're gonna, fun time's over, we're gonna get to work. So I'll place the mold into the jigger jolly machine and set it up. So what I have here in my hands is the knife blade, the cutting face for the mold. And basically what happens is the clay is going to smear in between the mold and the blade to create the casserole dish that we want. So I will place it into the machine. And use the handy dandy saw blade as our spacer guide. Tighten everything down, and it's ready to go.
We get all of our clay from Standard Ceramic Supplies in Pittsburgh.
This is the jigger jolly machine. What we're using right now is the jolly process. The jolly process is making the form from the inside out. If this was a jigger machine, the knife edge would be forming the outside. And so this would be my plaster mold, and the knife edge would come down and form over top for the jigger process. And the jolly process is the knife edges going inside and creating the internal shape.
All right, now that Andrew has this all set up, I'm going to show you how to do the jiggering. Just got to place the clay inside of here. We need to make a recess for our water. You don't want to get water on your molds directly because it will cause the clay to stick in that place when the rest of it comes up. Just like throwing, I'm using one of my hands to kind of guide the clay around. I keep adding water because it gets dry and it starts to split.
This is a ramp press machine, an industrial production tool used to press multiple items or hundreds of pieces in one mold or from one mold. So by putting my 1 pound ball of clay in here, it presses together to create the cup. From one mold, if it's a good mold, you can probably get 200 to 300, maybe if you're lucky, 500 presses from it. On closer inspection of the mold, you have the bottom, which is the mold for the exterior, and the upper mold is the mold for the interior of the piece, of the object. When they come together, or as I put the clay inside the mold, the bottom rises up, compressing the two to squish the clay in between. When it's all done or ready to drop the bottom mold, the clay will then stick to this top mold, and through air pressure it will drop or let go of the upper mold. Clay goes in. Now that these are ready to trim, all you simply do is you turn the mold over, pop it out, and looks like it's ready to trim. Here, Brendan.
Good throw, Andrew. Now that it's out of the mold, we do both the rims and the foot trimming. Alright, now that it's all trimmed and I got the West Virginia University stamp on there, it's time to give it back to Andrew.
Thanks, Brandon. Time to let this baby dry and bisque and glaze. Once the pieces are bisqued and from our assortment of electric kilns, we'll glaze in our buckets of glaze. Watery. And then we'll pop it into our giant car kiln. Cone 10 production is what we fire to here at production. Nicely bisqued pots in the oval. Well, that's a wrap here at production. I'm Andrew.
I'm Brandon.
Thanks, Internet.